boy, somebody needs to clean this joint up one of these days. This mess is a place. Good evening and welcome once again to the Mask Fan Attic above Horror Hotel, where we try to find cool, interesting old latex masks to show you that you may have forgotten about, you may not have been familiar with, but if you're a Halloween enthusiast or a mask fan, there are a lot of cool old masks out there. Let's see if we can find one tonight. Gosh, what a coincidence. There just happens to be right here. This is a great piece. This, ladies and Doberman, is Raymar. R-A-Y-M-A-R. Sometimes spelled without the Y. Sometimes just R-A-M-A-R. From One Dark Night. A movie from, I think, in 1983. Let me check the back here. You see? Copyright 1983. Tom Berman, the Berman Studios, right there on the mask. This was produced by Distortions Unlimited in 83, and well, it wasn't around very long. It was one of those masks that came out in the big 83, 84, 85 craziness period, and I believe it was only in production 1 year, maybe late 83 through 80, sometime in 84. But Raymar is actually from Tom Berman's original mold, or that is a casting from Tom Berman's original mold. So this guy is exactly like what you saw in the film, possibly one generation smaller, but it's not small, it's a good sized head. But what was I talking about? Oh yes, prunes. Raymar here from One Dark Night, from the original molds from Tom Berman. And if you don't remember that movie, Raymar, well, look at him. This SOB is dead. There's no doubt about that. He is dead. And usually that tends to mellow a guy out. But some guys are just jerks, you know. And Raymar was enough of a jerk in the movie that even though he died, he spent the rest of the movie doing, well, this being the 1980s, what could a dead, evil, psychic vampire do but terrorize teenage girls? So that's what he does. And you know, I shouldn't talk because it occurs to me, I did a lot of that myself in the 80s. Yeah, so Raymar here from Distortions, excellent quality. The masks Distortions was making at that time, wow, the quality was just incredible. And well, it's a testimony to how good the quality was that all these years later, a lot of them still look great. This one's been in my collection for like forever. As you can see, it's got real hair. It's got that kind of yak hair, salt and pepper look to it. It's got high gloss blue eyes, and I didn't repaint this or do anything to it. This is the original Distortions finishing, paint and hair from all those years ago, and it still looks pretty sweet. And if you haven't seen the movie One Dark Night, if you like 80s movies about zombies and ghosts and dead people, and gosh, who doesn't, you should look for it because it's a good movie. And Raymar, after he was discontinued, Distortions came out with a very similar character they called Dr. Death. And a lot of times collectors get those two mixed up and they think Dr. Death is a Raymar. But the real Raymar has this dead expression and this frowny sort of mouth. And if you look closely, take a good look at the mouth, okay? He's got some little tiny teeth and a tongue in there. I don't think Dr. Death had teeth, but more significantly, Dr. Death was a little rougher of a sculpture and looked a little more like a normal person, but he had this same hair, beard, eyebrows going on. So sometimes people get Dr. Death mixed up with Raymar. Raymar says don't do that. He says he is the one and only actual Raymar, okay? So these are pretty rare. There's probably not a great chance of you finding one today in good shape, but thanks to the world of the internet and all the various sources we have, you never know when a rare mask like this may turn up, and I highly recommend it. Old dead Raymar from One Dark Night, Tom Berman molds, Distortions Unlimited, 1983 and 4, somewhere in there. And well, that's all I have to say about that, except that just to show you how pathetic I am here at Horror Hotel, look what I have this beautiful mask displayed on. Is it a nice custom mask stand or a wig head? No, it's a plastic peanut that came from somebody's yard sale a million years ago. But Raymar doesn't seem to mind. Of course, he's dead, but still. Made a pretty nice, pretty good sized... Okay, never mind. Forget it. We'll fix that in the editing. Good night, everybody. And remember, when you're in the attic, be careful. There are a lot of sharp objects up here.